Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Wealth Frequency. My name is Aishwarya. I am your host for these 8 days and beyond if you choose to stay in my community. And I just want to welcome you to the Wealth Frequency. This is day one. And, get ready for 8 more days to just really dive deep into your wealth frequency to expand, to retain, to grow, all of it. So, today, we are going to be doing something super special. I'm going to be sharing a very special Vedic introduction to wealth. And then I'm also going to be reading out the schedule, and that is it. And then we have started to journeying into wealth. So let me just say that when I did this event, I knew that the planet was changing. The planet is changing on so many different levels, but this is when it's transmitting right now in December. There is going to be another big shift, and we need to be aligned to the wealth frequency that is the most resonant for us. And when I'm talking about wealth, I'm talking beyond money. So that's why in this event, there is so much transmissions about energetics of wealth. There is some strategy about authenticity, about how to deepen into who you truly are. And it's not just an event where you're just listening. Like each speaker is also giving away a gift, and there's also a 10-minute process. So you're literally getting an hour worth of processes nearly every single day. Right? So this is something that is truly designed to help you connect deep with wealth. Now, I want to read something very sacred to me because, my background is the Kundalini lineage, the Vedic lineage, and I am also of Indian origin. And, I'm not particularly like religious, but the spiritual aspects of Hinduism always speak a lot to me. And one of the things I want to present is the goddess Lakshmi, because she is the wealth goddess. And the wealth goddess has 16 forms of wealth. And these 16 forms of wealth are really an important transmission for you to connect with what it means to be truly wealthy, because money is only one, right? How you can use the areas that you're already wealthy in to expand the frequency, to expand the consciousness, to bring in wealth in all of these 16 areas. Because all of these 16 areas, in one shape or form, bringing them into your reality and into your world is going to be the thing that makes you feel satisfied with the wealth you create. Because I work with seven-figure business owners and also the rising woman who's just starting. And there is more in common between these two archetypes than you would imagine, right? Because the wealthy people that come into my world want more happiness. And the people who have already maybe achieved happiness or they haven't, they think wealth is the answer to happiness. So I always go back to the wealth goddess, right? Goddess Lakshmi, to always touch us back into what wealth truly means. So I'm going to be reading the 16 forms of wealth and really going in to what they mean, just touching on what they mean, right? Because we want to keep this opening ceremony a good length so you can really get into the event. And the exercise I have for you today is to just take a pen and some paper and write down these 16 forms of wealth and really tune in with which have come easier to you and which feel harder to you, right? Because at the end, we're going to be seeing why that is. So let's get into it. After this exercise with Goddess Lakshmi, I'm going to be reading out the schedule. So I'm going to be reading out all the good stuff that is in this event and how you can engage deeper with it. So, now, this is a modern and soul-led interpretation inspired by the Shastras, which is the Vedic scriptures which hold this information. And I've expanded this into a multi-dimensional wealth framework, okay? So the first one is material prosperity. Now, this is actually called Aishwarya Lakshmi, which is, my name is Aishwarya, okay? Which is, Aishwarya actually means in the Vedas all forms of wealth, but in this segment where it's considered material prosperity, right? So the first one is material prosperity. So this is money. This is the flow of tangible abundance. This is the ease of getting money, assets, property, investments, luxury, and financial expansion. And this is something that is very tangible, it's physical, we can see it, we can touch it, we can engage with it. And this is the first one. So a lot of people get stuck on just this one and think that if they achieve this one, they've done everything, or if they haven't achieved it, they're not wealthy. So I want you to write down material prosperity and whatever notes about this one. The second is Danya Lakshmi. So this is a wealth of resources. Now, this is the capacity to generate, to attract and multiply wealth. So this is about growing. This is about resources, about cash flow. So, I've met so many people, they have wealth in assets, but they don't have the cash flow. They don't have the freedom. This is also about time. Some people might have a thriving business, but they don't have the time to have the lifestyle they want. Some people have fixed assets, but they don't have enough liquidated savings, right? Some people know how to create a business, but they don't know how to grow a business. So this is about revenue channels. This is about resources. This is about opportunities opening up where we can engage, grow, expand, and multiply. So it's not just enough having the things, we also need to know how to multiply, right? It's not just enough to have the seeds in our hand. We need to actually plant them and grow them and harvest the crops. The third, so the second was Dhana Lakshmi. The third one is Danya Lakshmi, which is the wealth of nourishment. Now, this is anything in our world that nourishes us, that nourishes our physical health and causes us to thrive in our body. So food, vitality, nourishment, immunity, and physical health. Because without this, we're not able to capitalize on any form of wealth. Our body and the wealth of being able to nourish our body is very, very important, and it's actually a massive sign of wealth. So I'm guessing that every single person watching this series, watching this event, definitely has Danya Lakshmi, okay? And that is something to not think is nothing to have. So I want you to really tap into Danya Lakshmi and how easy it is for you to be able to have food just as one, because that's something that we all have, and how abundant that feels, right? Now, if you have good physical health and you have good immunity and you feel nourished, that is the higher octave of this. The fourth one is Santana Lakshmi, which is the wealth of legacy. Now, this is something that is going to carry your lineage forward. It can be carrying your familial lineage forward, or just the lineage of your offerings and creations. Maybe you write a book, maybe you create a program, maybe you have an artwork or a piece of music or a healing modality that is really a legacy that you give back to the world. So this is something that is very much wealthy, and also amplifies your dharma, because you've used your dharma, you've used your gifts to create this into the world. The fifth is Gaja Lakshmi. So this is wealth of power and status. This is when you have any kind of influence, leadership, recognition, reputation, authority. This is kind of like the queen energy of being seen and respected. This doesn't mean you need to be a massive influencer. You can be if you want to be, but it can also mean just in your family, just in your social circle. You're the person that's seen, that's respected. You have influence, you have leadership, you have recognition. This is all about the solar plexus chakra. The sixth one is Veera Lakshmi, which is the wealth of courage. Not everybody has the courage to go forward in their lives. Not everybody even has the courage to be in this event, okay? Courage is about risk taking, about being bold, about having breakthroughs, decisive action, and the frequency of unstoppable forward motion. This is about believing in yourself. If you believe in yourself enough to be here and engage with this and like break through your wealth patterns, that is courage. And not everybody even has the courage to do that. So the seventh one is Vijaya Lakshmi, which is the wealth of success. So this is about victories, okay? It's about divine timing. It's about momentum, wins, achievements, and accelerated manifestation. This is about when something comes into fruition, when something aligns, and for someone to give you some information or someone to give you an opportunity, or you've worked hard at something and you are able to reap the benefits of it, so it's success. So that is also wealth. So anything you feel successful in, so it could be you have a beautiful house, it could be you are so proud of your children, it could be you have created an animal charity, or your animals are happy, or you've created this amazing business that's helping so many people, right? So that is also going to tap into your wealth frequency and also expand your wealth. So anything that you engage of these 16 in doing that also expands your wealth. So the next one is Vidya Lakshmi, which is the wealth of knowledge. So ancient wisdom is something that not everybody has access to. So when you have ancient wisdom, that is very wealthy. When you have intuitive intelligence, when you're in touch with your intuition, super wealthy. Spiritual mastery, right? So whether it be yoga, Reiki, meditation, whatever, that is still knowledge. When you're able to understand the knowledge of yourself, your embodied truth, and your higher understanding, your higher self coming in to give you those downloads, that is Vidya Lakshmi. That is the wealth of knowledge, which not everybody has. So if you have this, super amazing. So the ninth one is Adi Lakshmi, wealth of spiritual source. This is when you're able to be peaceful in yourself, when you're able to reach inner stillness, when you're able to be devoted to something higher than you, when you're able to be aligned with your soul, and the original innocence before conditioning. This is the kind of nil point, the 0 point, the point where you are completely at one with source and you're truly meditative before you come into the conditioning of the earth and picking up everything, from the 5 origins that I speak about in tomorrow's talk. Um, so this is that purity. So if you're able to tap back into the purity when you are in a mindful state, or when you're creating or healing or helping, that is expanding your wealth. The 10th one is Vara Lakshmi, the wealth of blessings. Now, this is when someone gives you divine support. So, people sometimes at the last minute they need help, right? Like, say you're moving and you're moving movers haven't come yet and you need to be out there or in like 1 second, or you lose your wallet and you need to catch a train or whatever, and someone comes in, the divine support comes in last minute, offers you a gift, offers you an opportunity, offers you an unexpected miracle, right? That is Vara Lakshmi. This is a wealth of blessings, the wealth when you need it last minute. 11th one is Saubhagya Lakshmi, which is the wealth of good fortune. So this is about synchronicity, luck, charm, ease, attraction. So if you have feminine magnetism, if you are charismatic, if you're somebody that people really connect with and you're able to truly have a deep connection with people, you have the luck, charm, ease, attraction. This is a very wealthy thing, because this is going to truly open doors for you without effort. And this is something that you can grow, you can work on. And when you have this, it also expands your wealth. The 12th one is Rajya Lakshmi, which is the wealth of sovereignty. Now, this is when you are in, again, that queendom, the self-leadership, the self-trust, the discernment, the boundaries, and the capacity to command your realm. When you have so much confidence in yourself and over who you are, and you carry yourself with sovereignty, without conforming too much or without falling too much into matrix programs, you have this Raja Lakshmi and it opens doors for you, right? It expands your wealth. The 13th one is Kula Lakshmi. Now, this is the wealth of home and belonging. This is about having a beautiful sanctuary, safety, emotional security, about having community, neighbors, deep-rooted grounding. So when you have this, when you have a community or a tribe that you love, or even just a beautiful home, full of joy and just happiness. That is super wealthy. There are people that have millions of billions of dollars and they still don't have this. So if you have this, you know, it's super important to understand the wealth of it and also know that this is also expanding your wealth. The 14th one is Shanti Lakshmi, wealth of harmony. This is when emotional regulation, nervous system healing, conflict resolution, and most importantly, harmonious relationships. When your relationships are not super triggering or, bringing out the worst in you, when they feel really nourishing and really good, that is Shanti Lakshmi, peaceful Lakshmi, harmonious Lakshmi. 15th is Karma Lakshmi, wealth of dharma and impact. So this is when you are fully in your purpose, service, alignment with your destiny, and the ability to create meaningful influence. So this is when you act upon what you are here to do, your dharma, and do it, without like too much attachment to the result. You just know what you're here to do, you do it, and you know that in doing it in the right way, in the right accordance with your dharma, wealth will come in. So this is something that's truly important of service, and it dilutes your karma, and it also amplifies your dharma, and it amplifies opportunities, and it amplifies the influence you have on this world. The 16th is Prema Lakshmi, which is the wealth of love. Now, this is romantic love, sacred union, self-love, compassion, the love of your children, the love of your animals, healing intimacy and high vibrational relationships with all things involved. And this is ultimately, I think, what wealth is. It's about the connections we have, about what we leave behind in this world through the people we touch. So I want you to just take a deep breath, and you can go back to this and write these down. And I want you to look at what you feel you naturally have and how you feel. So for example, if you feel you have a beautiful home, I want you to connect with the feeling of having that, right? Or maybe you have another one. Maybe you have courage very easily. I want you to connect with how abundant it feels to have that. And I want you to just sit in that, even if you want to turn this into practice every day of these 8 days, just connect with the ones you feel wealthy in and expand, feel that energy in your body, feel exactly where it resides, and expand that energy outwards. And then once this is strong enough, you can look at something maybe that you feel you don't have that much expansion in. And you can practice feeling that expansion energy within that. So first, go through them, look at the ones you have really easily, look at the ones you want, tap into the vibration of the ones you already have easily, feel where it is in the body, and expand that energy outwards. And once you're so used to doing that, bring that same energy into one that you don't have and try and do that same expansion process. This is a Vedic process. So just itching my eye. So, this is super powerful for you. Okay, so I'm going to be reading out the schedule to show you what is in store for this beautiful event. So let's go for it. So the first one is, of course, Awaken Your Wealth Frequency, the opening ceremony where you are right now. The next today, you have the Neuroscience of Abundance, How Inner Success Creates Outer Prosperity with Lisa Romano. Fearless Alignment, Why Speaking Your Truth Activates Your Wealth with Tanya Lynn. Radical Abundance in the Golden Age with Heather Christian Strang. Creative Ways to Tap into Wealth Consciousness Through Art with Leah Guzman. Then tomorrow, I'm going to be talking about the hidden origin of your money story and how to finally heal financial trauma. You also have Nicole Bayliss, 7 Universal Laws That Will Shift Your Wealth Frequency. Melanie Phillips, The Frequency of Overflow, The Identity Shift That Activates Your Quantum Leap. Leticia Martos, Lead from Truth, Mastering the Art of Listening to Your Inner Voice. Heather Eck, which is about tapping into your abundance by working with high frequency color energies. Then on day 3, I'm back again to talk about the power of your unique soul niche, how to get paid to be the real you through messaging mastery. Day 3 also has Claudia Granger, Manifest Abundance by Embodying the Energy of Enoughness. Nikki Novo, The Art of Getting Paid to Be Fully Yourself. Adrienne Rivera, Increase Your Abundance Capacity with Breath of Gold. Ray Ireland, Podcasting for Visionaries, How to Launch with Ease and Map Out a Powerful First Episode. Aja Deshore, Healing Through the Veil, How Connecting with Spirit Guides Can Reset Your Inner World. Elaine Lemon with Awaken Your Sacred Sexuality to Activate Abundance. Teresa Nguyen with Dragon Energy, the Fierce Ancient Frequency that Unlocks Your Soul Gifts. Rachel Duncan with Meet Money as a Conscious Creature. Asim Alilowski with Multidimensional Wealth Codes. Day 4 also has Julia London with Building a Soul-Led Business and Creating Magnetic YouTube Content. Day 5 has Shantana Talise with Upgrading Outdated Wealth Grids. Lornie Wilson, Rewire Your Nervous System to Attract Abundance with Ease. Ebony Allard, Embodying the Enrichment of Your Soul Contract. Kaylee Provins, Wealth Without Strings, Restructure Your Business Around You. Julia Klein, Sales Wounds, The Real Blocks Holding You Back from the Soul Work You Are Here to Do. Oliver Vilwok with How Soul-Led Facilitators Command High-Ticket Pricing with Honor and Integrity. Day 6 is Alexandra Danieli, Connecting to Your Human Design Money Gates. Berlin Newbie, Accessing the Portals of Heaven, Awakening the Power and Purpose of Your Original Design. Valentina White, Money as a Mirror, How Your Finances Reveal Your Self-Worth and Relationships. Tanya Kerbenik, Commanding Wealth with Grace, Power and Inner Certainty. Amelia Aniva Nagy, Align New Paradigm Wealth in Romantic Relationships. Jordan Duvall, Magnetic Color Psychology for Your Personal Brand. Day 7 is Vicky Wouche, Build the Wealth Your Future Self Will Thank You For. Natalie Rose Martin, The Wealth Reclamation. Mary Gracie with Channeling Spirit Through Art. Nadine Lee, Womb Wealth, Unlock Limitless Abundance Through Pleasure, Not Pressure. Lauren and Lauren, How to Use AI as Your Quantum Mirror, Clearing Subconscious Blocks to Unlock Success. Hannah Beer, The Emotional Ladder of Wealth Freedom. Julie Dempsey, Unlock Your Wealth Frequency by Reprogramming the Subconscious. Katie Crooks, From Shadow to Wealth, Transmuting Your Unconscious Blocks. Sarah Poet, Stepping into Your Wealth Creational Energy. Ella Mesmer, Unlocking Creative Power Through the Pelvic Bowl. Gail Wong, When Money Becomes Play, Love Opens the Flow. Ruth Ratliff, Radical Authenticity in Creating Your Next Level of Embodiment. Eva Eslander, The Energetics of Soul Alignment. Sarah Mack, The Astrology of a Six-Figure Brand, How to Sell High Ticket and Magnetize Dream Clients. Cam Kashani, The Wealth Frequency Lies Within. Morgan Blackman, Holistically Healing Your Relationship with Money. Amber Jam Rose, New Era of Self-Healing, Let It All Go and Set Yourself Free. Neil Godfrey, The Courage to Come Out of the Financial Closet. And then the closing ceremony. Wow, what a marathon. This was absolute joy to create. I have given you so many interviews. We've worked over 4 months for this. So I really hope that this brings you wealth direction, wealth clarity, wealth freedom. And I really recommend upgrading to the golden circle, right? Because the golden circle gives you lifetime access to all of this. There is so much packed in here that you can turn this into a year-long program. You can turn this into a month-long program. If you want to expand your wealth, we can all be here with you, right? You can put us on whenever. So that is there for you. You have lifetime access to this. And I'm also going to give you lifetime access to the past event, which is the sound healing event. So when it comes to nervous system recalibration and being able to be held in that space, that event is really going to help you. I'm also going to give you a one-to-one with me. So this session is all about an intuitive session, me tuning into you, and seeing what is in the way of your wealth. And that can be practical, it can be energetic, it can be ancestral, it can be emotional. So we're really going to be tapping into exactly where it is. And I'm also going to give you access to two golden masterclasses, which are super popular in wealth creation. The first one is Unlock Your Throat Chakra for Supernatural Abundance. This is how to overcome the ancient wound of persecution, which we all carry if we're here to do something revolutionary, and how to get paid to be you. Also, healing the mother and father wounds for true liberation masterclass. So, this is how to heal the primary mother and father wounds that run in the background of every facet of your life. So, it's not just wealth, it's also relationships and everything, because wealth is everything, really. And I am giving you a bonus because if you act within the next 3 days, you can gift all of this to a friend for free. So you can actually be generous to somebody and extend that wealth generosity to a partner or a friend or a colleague or a business associate or whatever it is that can join you on this journey. And all you need to do is purchase the golden circle, invest in the golden circle before day 3, and all this is waiting for you. If not, you can do the free one, but the interviews expire in 24 to 48 hours depending on what interviews they are. And yeah, you can do that. Or you can also do premium access, which is just lifetime access to this event as well. So that is all there for you. And I truly, truly welcome you. I can't wait to connect with you, get to know you, just have you be part of this world. And I truly honor you for being here with us, especially in December before 2026. 2026 is the year of movement. This is the year of clearing. So it's like the first year of really getting towards something big. So it's perfect timing. So I'm with you all the way. You're probably going to be seeing my face multiple times for the 8 days. I just want you to know that I've got your back as much as I can. And even though we may have not met yet, I feel there is always a certain type of person that comes into my world, into my life. I feel the clients I have and the people in my community I would happily be friends with, if I wasn't doing this work. So it's absolute true pleasure and honor to host this for you and have you be part of this. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm sending you so much love. Hope you enjoy this beautiful event, and I will see you tomorrow. So much love.